The first tip that you can use to ace your writing task 2 from IELTS is to use the acronym PEEL and apply it to the structure of every paragraph in your writing assignment. Now, PEEL stands for point, example, explanation, and link. When you start each paragraph, your first sentence should contain a point, which is a statement that basically introduces or states what you'll be explaining in that paragraph. Then you follow that with an example of your point with a relevant example of the point that you just stated. That will be followed by an explanation, basically elaborating your point and your example, and then you're going to link it back to the point you made in the first sentence. For example, if your question is, some companies use sports sponsorships as a way to advertise themselves. Some think it's good, while others think it has many disadvantages. Discuss both sides and then give your opinion. So after discussing your introduction, you may want to talk about an advantage of this. So you can say something like this. Sports sponsorships are a very profitable way of advertising because they increase brand awareness. That will be our point. And then we could say, for example, Pepsi is a major sponsor of Pakistan's cricket team, which is why their logo is prominently displayed on their jersey. That is our relevant example. So, which is why Pepsi's logo will be seen by the millions of people watching that cricket match. That is our explanation. And then we can say, which is why extensive media exposure will generate a preference in the minds of the consumer, and then it will also increase awareness. That is our link back to the point that we made in the first sentence. So keep this easy acronym in mind: point, example, explanation, and then link, and it will make your writing clearer and more explanatory, which will hence increase your marks. Now, before moving on to the second tip, if you're new here, I'm Emma Alam, the World Memory Champion, World Speed Reading Champion, World Mind Mapping Champion in the junior category, as well as holder of 2 Guinness World Records. And here on YouTube, I share very quick and effective tips on memory, speed reading, learning, and much more. And so if you've been finding this video useful so far, then don't forget to click the like and subscribe button for more tips. The second tip is to use mind maps to plan our essays. Now, these are a very useful tool to articulate our ideas in a well-planned and coherent manner and to bring them in written form. Now, many people use mind maps, but they still underestimate how much difference it makes if you use mind maps to plan your ideas before writing your essay. So let's do this together. Let's tackle the same question and create a sample mind map for the question. We will create a very simple central image for sports, and then we're going to take out 4 branches. Intro, our advantages, our disadvantages, and then our conclusion. So for the intro, I want to mention that sports sponsorships are a very popular way of advertising and are used by major brands such as Pepsi, Emirates, Nike, etc. Now, it may seem like a profitable way, but there are many downsides to doing this. So for my second part or second branch, I'm going to discuss advantages. The first advantage is increased brand awareness. Now, the extensive media coverage will likely increase your brand awareness and get your brand known to your target audience. For example, Pepsi is a major sponsor of Pakistan's cricket team, which is why their logo is prominently displayed on their jersey. The second advantage is guaranteed engagement, and this is because sports fans are very passionate, and so it's very likely that they're going to create a positive association with your brand as well. An example of this is drinking a bottle of Pepsi while you watch a cricket match. Let's move on to our third branch of disadvantages, and the first one is sponsorship fees, because being displayed on the jersey of a well-known team is very expensive. And secondly, your brand image is directly linked with that of the team that you are sponsoring. So if your team gets involved in a scandal, then you are directly answerable to the public as well because you're linked with them. And for our fourth branch of conclusion, we're going to mention and answer the last part of the question, which is we're going to give our opinion. So for example, in my opinion, sports sponsorships, if they are well planned, they offer very few downsides and are overall a very profitable way of advertising your company. Now here you could either summarize your whole essay, or you could put forth a strong point or save a very strong advantage to put in your conclusion to support your opinion. Now I know it's very tempting to just start writing your essay the moment the timer starts, But trust me, if you just take 5 minutes out of your time to make a quick mind map of your ideas, you're going to be able to organize your ideas in a way that will allow you to create a more well-planned essay, as well as it's going to allow you to brainstorm ideas faster and more efficiently so that you can get a top band essay. Now, your mind map does not have to be colorful because in IELTS exams, you're only allowed to use a pencil and plain paper. So you can just use a pencil to quickly draw a black and white mind map, and you will notice that you're able to write a more clear and more explanatory and organized essay when you use mind maps to plan them. Now, if you want to learn the skill of mind mapping, then my coach, Sani Alam, has a whole online course in which she teaches you the skill of mind mapping, which you can then apply to any subject and any field to ace it effortlessly, and I'll link it in the description box below. Our third tip is vocabulary. Now, having a rich vocabulary is essential to get a top band essay and top band score, because top band essays are noted to use a wide range of vocabulary as well as less common words, because they allow you to express your ideas in a clear and cohesive way. So make sure to increase your vocabulary and have a wide range of vocabulary that you can use from to deliver your ideas in a way that is more meaningful, because you've got such a limited amount of time in the IELTS exam that you have to be very selective about the words that you choose to write and express your ideas with. And improving your vocabulary will automatically translate to having better scores in the other 3 parts of the IELTS paper. So for reading and listening, you'll be able to grasp the meaning of what's being said, hence that allows you to answer questions with more clarity and ease. And in the speaking section, you'll be able to give more concise answers because you'll have an ample amount of vocabulary to express yourself. Now, I already have an entire video talking about 2 very effective methods to memorize any kind of vocabulary, which you can watch right here. And I hope you enjoyed this video. That was all for this week. And until next time, be happy and be joyful.